the rest of the world grew upwards of 150%, 100%, 200%. Jamaica only grew by 28% collectively over 18 and a half years. Not in 1 year, but over the 18 and a half year period, we only grew by 28%. Jamaica, one of the biggest countries in the Caribbean. Yes, that's why we're part of the Greater Antilles. Jamaica, a country that is rich with natural resources. Jamaica, a country that owned its own electrical company. Jamaica, behind, suffering from high energy costs after they sold our sole energy provider that we owned. They sold it. And now we suffer from high energy costs. We suffer from high energy costs because them sell it, because they don't have no vision. Sign bad deals that made sure that the price of bauxite remained and fixed. So while mining become more expensive and operational costs become more expensive, they could no longer afford to mine the bauxite because what it will be sold for, you will not recuperate the money to mine it. Bad business, bad deals signed under these people, and now they come to tell us that they know what is best for Jamaica. They know what's best for Jamaica? God forbid. The devil is a liar. They don't know what's best for Jamaica. They have always recuperate means to regain what you have already put in, or to get back what you put in. Put it that way. Come talk to me, Madam Bossy. Come to me, Madam Bossy. Yes, chat. But like, for real. Look at what Jamaica is today. Jamaica is the poster child of the world. When they talk about economic resilience, at Jamaica they talk about the IMF and all of the big financial institutions in the world are telling other countries that you need to take to recover, yes, to get back what you have put in. Thank you, Kedin. To get back what they no, that's not where I was at. Or debt, right? That's where we're at. To GDP ratio cut in half while the world is skyrocketing out of debt. People are dive deeper and deeper into debt. The IMF is saying, take Jamaica's model. As a matter of fact, the IMF come for our finance minister to come and be a part of their team, to go to these different countries, to teach them how to manage their economies, to show them, say, do this, put these plans in place, and this is the approach that should be taken. Right? And when we have other Caribbean leaders that come into the country, they come have their police officers trained by our training systems, have them trained here. Right? They're poaching our senior officers to be commissioners of police in other islands in the region, because Jamaica is on a different level. It is a time to walk with our shoulders back and our head held high, because Jamaica is in a good place. Jamaica is no longer on the brink of economical collapse. Jamaica is operating from a place of strength and no longer from a place of weakness. I remember time gone, the Trinidadian people that look on and talk about it some way. At one point, the leader of that country said, what Jamaica think? We are their ATM? No, Jamaica has turned ourselves around to the point where we are refining liquid natural gas for these people. The country will always be in debt. All of the financial institutions tell you debt is good and debt is a good thing. Too much debt is where it's bad. When your debt is over 150% of what you earn, it means that the paycheck that you collect this Friday can't pay off your debt because you need another half of what's on that check to cover your debt. Right? And that would have mean that you can't buy food for your house, you can't buy gas for your car, you can't buy things for your picnic them, you can't buy, you know what I mean? You just can't pay no bills. That's what was happening to Jamaica. That's what was happening to Jamaica. That's why we had to borrow money to pay teachers, nurses, police officers, doctors, every civil servant. We were borrowing money while our debt was escalating to uncontrollable levels. We were still borrowing to do day-to-day activities. That's how bad the problem was. That's how bad the problem was. So Jamaicans should be proud and in a celebratory mood for the position that we sit in today. And we have to defend this position. Our net international reserve that backs our currency is at the highest level that it has ever been before. The highest level that it has ever been. So this is why we have to defend this position. And we cannot put Jamaica into the hands of careless, lazy people, politically lazy and mentally lazy. They've had 10 years in opposition to sit down and come with a plan for the Jamaican people, and they have not done so. Smear campaigns is what they have invested in. Smear campaigns, lies and propaganda is what they have invested in. The Prime Minister hit halfway through with a booklet of achievement, pointing out to the people, connecting with the people on the ground, going out there, shaking hands, hugging the citizens, and taking pictures. Most accessible Prime Minister that we have ever had in my lifetime, I can tell you that. No other Prime Minister was this close to the people as this one right here. Portia Simpson-Miller was very famous and was loved by many Jamaicans, but she wasn't as accessible and was as close to the people as Mr. Holness is. I'll tell you that without a shadow of a doubt. And while he was out there giving out the information to the people, educating the people on what is going on and what has been done by the administration and the reason why they should stay in power, the PNP see it, catch envy, talk about things, and run go down halfway through, I guess, same way, go wipe car glass. What was the message? What was the message? Sir, if you could read it and understand how you get rich, because Gleaner posted the financial journal. So if you can read, go read it. Instead of come ask how you get rich, you want to know? Go read. Him invest in a cash plus, all of them, and turn over money and buy property. He used to have two different taxi companies, to which he sold the two of them for a combined 12 million, to which he kept on investing and come out of that and invest. The whole record is there. Go read it. Use up the reading, brother. You have look reading skills. You can read. Use it up, man. And not come over here with them foolishness. There's so many other lives that you could have gone to. You never have to come to this one with foolishness. Because this is not the place for it. You see me I talk about? That's all they focus on. That's what they're focusing on. While these people having their eyes on Jamaica to come and to rip, rob and destroy. They're focusing in, and I'll tell you that, brother, we make that comment there. You're bad mind. A bad mind will kill you. A bad mind. A bad mind. And you jump up and kill up yourself about 1 million US this brother man worth, 1 million US, 160 million Jamaican dollar, 1 million US are there about his worth. And here we are kill up yourself and a go on and a bad mind overhead. While the prey, the piranha, the vampire wanna push to get in power, worth way more than that. Worth way more than that. And nobody asked the questions where riches come from. Nobody asked the questions. I hear the man even sing a song and a talk about nasty nigger. That word should have never come out of his mouth. Where are you guys on this? Selective outrage in our practice. Because you know, only outraged by your black brother having some money. 20 years it took him to get up to 1 million US. And here, you know, one. Here somebody say cartel I get 1 million per show, and this man take 20 years to get to 1 million. Y'all are, and you're upset? Brother, that's bad mind. Respectfully, bad mind will kill you. It is, bad mind is killing you. Yeah? That's what that is. Because here's what you miss because you make bad mind corrupt your mind. You miss the fact that a Jamaican youth, a ghetto youth from the Cumberland Road, Spanish Town, can actually be disciplined, get in school, do him if do even though the class full, get in a high school and do him part, left high school, but get a student loan, take himself to college and educate himself and come out and build an empire. Build an empire wherein his two sons have a start. Does your child have a start? Are you working on a start for your child? Or are you just busy bad minding the PM? Answer me this. I need an answer. Are you working to make sure that your child have a future and a start? Or you're too busy a bad mind the PM? Because that now go do nothing for you, you know, and it now go do nothing for Jamaica. You're so busy. So busy. Bad mind in your brother. You're melanated brother and you sell out for some non-melanated people who already have way more than you and I and him put together. Already unfairly have so much. Even cartel that for singer say, when Matalan gets so much land now with island. Even him have to cry out. Huh? But you're saying us melanated folks should not come up. The dream what we sing and we pray about, and we mother pray over we sometime when we are asleep, that we will overcome. Neil Tech Natalie, you're there a long time and you hear we know you hear the conversation, but it's sad that you haven't learned anything. It's sad that you have not learned anything. It's really sad. But I invite y'all, come up. Crab in a barrel mentality they have. And that's why enough. And if you check some of these people who are texting these things, if you look into their life, you would be surprised. And that's why I'm telling you, focus on to create a start for your youth. Focus on your youth future. Andrew has secured and is still in the process of right now in passing youth. Them are grandchildren, Andrew future, future I'm work on right now. Grandchildren. You know they are focused on him and go focus on for your things and your youth them. Right? You quarrel about, oh, he stole this and that. Then if in thief and you know and the PNP know, lock him up. But now wait, pan. Can you this as bad enough if you know say a man you're an accomplice or an accessory to the crime to which you speak? Because you know say a crime commit and there's nothing you're doing about it other than disturbing my life. So you're an accessory to the crime. They should have more than copying style. And if you're too old, you see your youth will come, use him as an example to show your youth. Say, yo, you see that man here? He is the leader of this great country, Jamaica land we love. Right? And he is, or he has overcome the struggles we face today. And trust me, my son or my daughter, you can do it too. No, and that no one to do. No one to tear him down. Tear him down for the man who come scratch him ass and come shake your hand. Remember the song Itana sing? Which one? Itana is a favorite, one of my favorites. Which one of the song them? Trying to get a job today? Which one are the Itana them? Which one are the Itana them? So not tear him down. Use him as an example for show your child. Jamaican people, ghetto people. Show the wrong address. Oh yes. I see him saying, say, try to get a job today, but looked at the application and yeah, that one day. I see him one. But yeah, for real. For real. If he was not resilient, the address could have failed him. Him could have been a product of his surrounding. But no. You're overlooking our comments. Which comment may I overlook? Here we do. Click the button, request a box, and let's have a conversation about it. right? May I invite you in now, right? And I talked about it earlier, that this opposition have nothing to offer Jamaica other than bad policies. The last time they spoke on policies, or the last couple of times, 1% increase in tax, widely rejected by the Jamaican people. You again, widely rejected by the Jamaican people. Import tax and tax on imported food, rejected by the Jamaican people. The $3 million tax threshold, because the people ask how it will be funded. They have gone quiet on that.
Good night. This is my third time on your live. I think you're supposed to know this advice already. And I have a serious bone to pick with you. See, why you always back talk the PNP? Why? Or you never talk nothing good about the PNP? I don't like it. You're very biased. Very, very one-sided in your judgment. Right? You're very biased, and I do not appreciate it.
All right.
Because all of the things that just spewing at the much are baseless. They don't have any evidence of anything.
What did I say that is baseless?
No, no.
What did I say that is baseless? Two things. Name two things that I say that is baseless.
No, you keep on talking about GLP achievement. What GLP achieved was done already by the PNP administration.
Which PNP administration? Which PNP administration?
By from PJ Patterson at the time.
Is PJ Patterson running for public office now or to become the Prime Minister of Jamaica?
You know what?
He's out of the question. In smaller terms. He's out of the conversation.
I'm going to come down after life.
Mr. Patterson is not running for public office. So what you want to tell me? So you take Patterson's achievement and give it to Mark.
You don't have nothing good to say about the PNP. What the PNP do?
The PNP has not given me the chance to say anything good about them. The policy positions that they have taken have been rejected by the Jamaican people. They propose an increase in GCT by 1%. Jamaica said no. They propose a tax on imported raw foods. The Jamaican people said no. They propose building houses in swamp. The Jamaican people said we don't want that. Then propose urban center in a swamp. The Jamaican people don't want that. What good do you expect me to talk about them? Rent to own. Let me talk about rent to own. The NHE has rejected that proposal before by the very Prime Minister that sits today. He made that proposal, they rejected it. Not only that, Mrs. Simpson Miller in her time did a project like that and it failed miserably. What good have they proposed that they have proposed? This smart golden opposition that wants to be Prime Minister. What good have they put on the table that I should talk about? You tell me. All right, Kemar. It seems you have lost your voice. Thank you for coming on. Thanks for being respectful every time that you have come onto the program, and you're welcome to come back some other time. I'm going to add somebody else. And if you feel like coming back on later on after you think about stuff, that's fine too. All right, let me see who else in line. People, Wizzy, give me a second. May I forward down the line? Just give me a second, Wizzy. Sparky 868.
Hey.
Blessing Sparky 868.
I am just in to commend you on your live and support for
me, please. I'm here. Go ahead, man. Speak up a little bit, though.
I'm just here to support you and commend you on your live.
Thank you.
Right, for giving commendation to the Jamaica Labour Party and its achievements in the last 10 years and the fact that it's looking towards a third term in governance. And you have pointed out some very serious flaws in the PNP their communication machinery and their policy. Now, I looked at the fact that they have proposed a 1% GCT increase, right? Now, proposing any new form of taxation to the people of Jamaica is retrospective to the economic growth that the country actually seeks at this time, right? Whether you're looking at it from a broad perspective or a micro perspective, right? Any tax adjustment in the current regime of things will have negative consequences on the people of Jamaica. It is wise for Jamaicans to reject the proposal as it is now and continue the trajectory that we're on. Currently, our debt to GDP is below 100%, right? If I'm not mistaken, it's somewhere hovering around in the 60s%.
I can tell you the exact number. Statista has posted it. It's 64% and going down.
Right, 64%.
As a matter of fact, Statista said we'll be at this number by the time we get to 2029. It's not at 68 anymore, Trev. It's at 64 currently. And Statista has posted. Go look it up. Don't take my word for it. Statista. Now, they have also...
I do understand, but the common person doesn't understand what debt to GDP means. It therefore means for every 100 Jamaican dollars, right? $64 will be used to pay debt, and the remaining $36 will be used for housekeeping expenditure, which meaning paying wages, salaries, and
hospital, schools, and all of that.
Right. So those classify as housekeeping expenditure. Now, the less money you pay out of your salary in terms of loans, your earnings, the better it is for you. Now, one good plus in the economy is that our labor, right? Our labor statistics, which is that we have the lowest employment rate in as many as 30 years or post-independence. Now, what it means is that the country is collecting revenue because a lot of persons are part of the working age pool. It means that persons who are part of the working pool are contributing vigorously to the National Insurance Fund, right? So therefore, the population now, when time comes for them to get pension, they are able to benefit substantially.
Yes.
Okay? So it's beneficial that we continue these programs. Now, I look at Mr. Crawford, who was proposing an increase in the education in terms of teaching time. Right? Now,
yes, sir.
I am not sure if Mr. Crawford has any statistics to back up that proposal, because longer
he didn't provide any, but I can provide some that will show that his proposal is counterproductive.
Before you look at that, what I'm looking at is the fact is that longer teaching time does not increase student productivity ratio. Right? And
as a matter of fact, research has shown that it's not quantity of time, but quality time that will yield the best results.
Correct. And we must realize that we are moving, well, I wouldn't say we are moving. Jamaica has moved into a digital age now, far advanced than it was when the PNP was in power. And as a result of adapting to the digital age, right, our time spent on education longer needs not be there, because people are learning through various means now. What would have taken you longer time to learn to read and do mathematics, right? You're now learning it on your cell phone. I mean, your tablets, right? I mean, I don't know if people are still working with laptops anymore, because I think those are my thing of the past, right? But people are using tablets and their cell phone to do so much more. So the fact that we're into the digital age and have adapted very well means that we are a growing country and we are resilient. Now, one of the things that they have not proposed, or they are proposing, which is going to be very detrimental to us, is when it comes to climate resilience. Now, Jamaica stands in a hurricane belt, right? And every year we are prone to natural disasters, which are mostly hurricane. Now, any policy position that they put forward from a national perspective and economic becomes counterproductive, because should, if in case a natural disaster hit our country, our recovery time will no longer be 14 days, but will be longer, up to 60, no less than 60 days, but up to 90 days, and as maximum as 365 days, right? Now, I am not sure if their policy proposals, they are talking to the technocrats in the Ministry of Finance when they come up with these policy proposals, or they're taking something off of some TikTok live, right, to come with these nonsense. Okay? Now, another thing that they have been talking about, and I hear a lot of talk about it, especially it's to the Integrity Commission and the Prime Minister. What they have basically done is to say that Jamaicans cannot work and grow their savings or their investment skillfully. What they have done is to undermine the people's thought processes that Jamaicans are very creative in doing these things. Right? So they don't believe that the Prime Minister who entered politics when he was young entered very good investment schemes and has reaped the benefits of these investment schemes.
I'm hearing it.
Unlike their predecessors who they piggybacked off of the poor decision making of their own administration, right? And as a result of that, I don't think it is fair for Jamaicans, ordinary Jamaicans who are working, right, to really take them on. Because what you're trying to say is that simple. Somebody who is a simple robot taxi running from between, let's say, Avondale or Meadowbrook to Halfway Tree, and is earning on average $50,000 a day, right?
Yeah.
Cannot skillfully invest $20,000 or $10,000 a day into some fund that is going to bring him back some reward when 5-10 years time.
Exactly, and that is the route that we need to be taking, investing, because they putting money under a mattress or have it into an account that it doesn't yield much. As a matter of fact, you have to pay a monthly rental for that account. Does not do anything for us these days.
What they have
nevertheless, Sparky, my brother, I have a set time to which I'll be jumping off. I do want to give others a chance to be a part of the conversation. I respect your valid contribution. All your points are valid as you've been going over. But I just want to cut it at this point so I can bring somebody else in, because the queue, more and more people is sending requests, and I just want to give everybody a chance. But I do thank you for your support and thanks for coming on. All right. Hopefully the next time you'll be there.
You're welcome. And third term, show up.
Blessings. All right.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Hey, good night.
Blessings, man.
I was listening to you earlier on, and I think it is unfair to let it seem as if it's the PNP party that is weaponizing the Integrity Commission against the Prime Minister. It's not so. The Integrity Commission.
What part of my conversation did I insinuate that?
Yes, that's what when I was scrolling past, that's what I heard. You were saying that it is unfair for Mark Golin, the man of same complexion.
But that does not bring in the Integrity Commission. The Integrity Commission entered the chat because you just inserted them.
Yes, because whatever information the country has right now is what we are getting from the Integrity Commission.
No, sir. The Financial Journal of the Prime Minister that was posted by the Gleaner, the Sunday Gleaner on the front page, the information I referenced, that's where it come from. I did not reference the Integrity Commission.
But whatsoever information the country has is whatsoever is in the affidavit by the Integrity Commission. That's what we receive.
While that is true, I never mentioned them.
The country does not have a problem.
Hold on, my brother. Hold on. I never mentioned them. And you're saying that that's what I said. And I'm telling you, I did not mention the Integrity Commission. Now, if you come up here with a made-up mind to go to a certain topic, do that. But don't look me in the face and tell me I said something that I did not say. Please, respectfully, we can have a conversation.
It was implied based on prior.
You can be pro PNP as much as you want.
I am not pro anything. I am not pro anything.
Do not.
What I'm saying
that I said something that I did not say.
Okay. It was implied then, because whatsoever information we have about the Prime Minister and his investment is what we get from the Integrity Commission.
I got the information from the Gleaner. I referenced the Gleaner. I mentioned the Gleaner.
And where the Gleaner gets it from? Where the Gleaner gets it from?
That I don't work there. I'm talking about what the Gleaner put out in the news, what it read, and I said to the gentleman who had mentioned something that, hey, go read the Gleaner. They asked where the man riches come from. I said, go read the Gleaner. The Gleaner just post the Financial Journal that tells you about his companies that he owned in the early days, 2 taxi companies that he sold for a combined 12 million, to which he invested in Olint and Cash Plus. And it goes on and on and on and on. I'm telling you the different moves that he made, the money he made, and all that he did. That's what I referenced. I did not reference the Integrity Commission, and I don't appreciate you saying that I did.
All right, you did not reference it, but based on our knowledge, all of this information is coming from the IC report. And I think it is important for us to know that this Integrity Commission, this legislation that formed them, was passed by the current Prime Minister. So why is it now that it's working against you, you have a problem with it?
So let me ask you something, my brother. If you build one house and whosoever it is come and change the lock and lock you out of the house without no conversation over it, would you just allow them to lock you out of the house, or would you defend yourself and the investment you've made?
Well, there is no problem. I understand what you're saying, but there's no problem.
But that's exactly what is reference I drew goes to show you that the Prime Minister feel that he is being treated unfairly, and as such, he's at liberty to defend himself. Now,
Yes,
if
but
you
that
hold
does
on,
not
sir, hold on,
like
hold on, sir, hold on. May I ask you one question? One question I'm gonna ask you. The question is, do you have any feeling, or do you think it is possible for him to be innocent of the things they accuse him of?
No.
You don't think it is possible? You don't think it is possible that he is innocent?
No, because he failed to.
Have a good evening.
He fails
Have a good
to.
evening. Absolute rubbish. I mean, I'm not going to do with that. He says it is impossible for him to be innocent. You already have a made-up mind based on the information they've shoved in your head. And that's why you come here. You're not here for a conversation. You're here to push a narrative. I'm not interested in that. All right. Winner, hold on. Wizzy the day for before you. Winner, next. May I tell you, no joke. Next.
I'm going to be very short.
Yes, sir.
The fact of the matter is, we that forms the Fifth Estate, we now understand that the Fourth Estate is not doing their job by ensuring that they stand in the vanguard of our society by being fair and balanced. And what do I mean by the Fourth Estate? You and I know what it means. A lot of people don't know. That is the media, the press. They should be fair and balanced. And however it is.
But the media is own, you know. The media is own, Wizzy. We have to come to the agreement. We have to come to not the agreement, the understanding that the media is own. And I'll tell you this. Let's put it down to a car. See, if I'm my car, I want it to perform how I want it to perform. So guess what? Me figure say them tire cars with to reduce speed. There's a slower tire. I go buy the faster tire put on it, right? You know, like how it sound when me hit the pedal. It now rev up nice and sweet like I want. So I put on some exhaust system that gives me a sweeter sound. The point I'm making, RGR Communications Group, Gleaner, TVJ, CVM, Observer, RGR, which is the radio, IRE FM, Power 106, every single one of them is owned. They're owned.
Yes.
Natalie, me did say that already. You're late. I said that already.
And it forms one group that is owned by one man.
Control. The media is controlled. So
right. So because they represent the Fourth Estate, and they are failing in their duty to be fair and balanced and to have a level playing field, because we know that they are using misinformation, innuendos, half-truth, propaganda to
headlines and all of that to sensationalize the stories that they want.
Right, to sway the voters, to hope that the voters will give the PNP a fillip to enter Jamaica House through the back door. It is clear as daylight. And I believe that we who forms the community of the Fifth Estate should stand in the gap to ensure that that is not so, because guess what? It would be a travesty and well-thinking Jamaican to allow that to go so where it is that we have a prime minister that would have won the election by default. And let me say this before I go. This opposition leader is the only leader of our two main political parties since 1944 who have not gone on the glare of the fourth estate. He has never answered the tough questions. He has never answered what is it that he hoped to do and questions on some of the policy from initiatives that he would have purported. He has never gone through that. The only political leader out of the two main political parties since 1944 who have never gone under the microscopic lens of the press. And so therefore, that is the reason why we are here and saying that it is unfair. We are here and saying that the Gleaner is on a mission to...
They're trying to sneak him through the back door. They're trying to sneak him through the back door because they have no policy, no vision on the way forward for Jamaica, how they will better our lives. What they are hoping is that they can come and talk enough crap about Andrew Holness and people will just vote for them or vote against him simply because you would have, smear his character successfully, and then that would have given you power. So that's how they plan to ride to power, not giving the people hope and a vision.
And had we not have the advent of social media, it would have been an easy walk in the ballpark for the People's National Party to ride the wave of what is going on currently and to actually attain leadership at the helm of this country, to raid the barn and grade the resources of this country. Because we know, and you say you're strapped for time, and I understand that. I'm going to go. We know that the People's National Party is willing to expend at least $15 billion of their money, knowing that coming back on winning back office, that they can rape $200 million out of the $930 billion that is in the NIR. They know that enough money is in there so they can run with it as they would have done in 2002 when they went into Washington, D.C. and borrowed money and used $10 billion to buy back the election that they saw were hitting them in the face, that they were at a loss. And so therefore, we are taking the People's National Party for who they are, what they are, because guess what? We have seen them dance to this tune before. And so therefore, we will not sleep and believe that it is peace and safety, because guess what? Our foreparents would have told us that we must use sleep, my death. Thank you, sir. Have a good night.
Blessings. Thanks for coming on, man. Mr. Winner.
Yeah, good night, man. How you doing?
Took a minute to get here, but finally you're here, sir.
You know, a couple of things I want to point out. So when the Integrity Commission released the investigative report on the Prime Minister, it noted one specific investment, and that's the Trans-Jamaica Highway that the Prime Minister invested. He spent, at the time, I think it came out at $1.20 or something like that. The Prime Minister invested $10 million. He would have gotten about $7,700,000 shares. As of this year, that portfolio alone would have valued over $30 million. That's the power of investing. He would have made
I need you to slow it down, and I want you to go over it again, because I see somebody in the comment just now, some proper fixed size tool, something say Mark Golding having money and this and that.
Where did Mark Golding get his money from?
All about, no, don't focus on that. It's a whole money thing. Like, a person is only fit to run this country because they have money. So what he's simply saying that we, the little poor ghetto boy, we know if we have no chance of running the country because we don't have no money, right? I know the country is not run with any individual's personal money, right? But this mindset that these people have, where they love their slave master and raise them high above measure, stating that Mark Golding have his money, does that qualify him to be Prime Minister? No, it don't. But I'd like to educate that person with the very same information that you just repeat it one more. I know it, but I wanted to just repeat it again. Please.
Before I even go to the Prime Minister. Now, I'm in an investing community. A gentleman inside here, he had about 300,000 in 2019, and he came to the Jamaica Stock Exchange. Now he's valued over $40 million. Came with a little bit over 300,000. Now he's valued over $40 million in net asset just by trading on the Jamaica Stock Exchange. Prime Minister in 2019 with $10 million purchase shares in
approximately 1 year salary in use, right?
Oh.
The Prime Minister, approximately
approximately 1 year salary.
Good, go ahead.
And he invested that into Jamaica Highway. I think it came out at $1.20. And in 2025, that is valued over $30 million. That's the power of investing. And for somebody that have been practicing this from 1998, as I say, we invest in cash plus and invest in holding. He has been taking chances.
The early
and he went to the market. And you see where he bought bonds and he buy government papers. The man has been investing his money, and his money has been working for him.
Yes.
Yeah. Today they have been investigating this man. They went for international forensic auditor who finds no malfeasance in his doing. Means they didn't find nothing corrupt.
Break down the word, the malfeasance, please. Break down
means to do harm or to
act inappropriately, especially in power.
Exactly. None of that was found. And if that was the glaring ammunition against him, the Interior Commission would have used that and he would have been in handcuff. Yeah? And because they did not find that, let me just take it back. I want Jamaicans to realize the first time they went after the Prime Minister in 2023, a learned judge, prosecutors, accountants, all of these people within the Interior Commission did not see it fit that, listen, if you send an investigative report to Parliament without the indicative ruling from the Director of Corruption and Prosecution, don't you think that a Prime Minister would have been damaged in terms of his reputation for you to send an investigative report?
They know what they're doing, you know.
And you waited.
All these smokes and mirrors. That's why they're playing smoke and mirror, because they know what they're doing.
Travi, after they said that, they had 1 month and 13 days to say no. Okay, they have not tabled the report in Parliament. The chairman, the former chairman said, I give you the go-ahead to send this to Parliament since the report was tabled. Prime Minister damaged, and the executive director in the middle of the night was out tweeting, very well knowing that there was nothing to charge the Prime Minister for.
Nothing.
Second incident, Travi. Just give me a one because I won't let you.
Go ahead.
Second one. A complaint came to the IC, right?
Yes.
Came in. So, for example, it came in yesterday, the 4th of August. The next day, less than 24 hours, the Director of Investigation was down by the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation, gathering evidence against the Prime Minister. When he went to the location, he realized, but wait, this is not the location that I got. The case should have been closed. When you went, you already know, you investigate the Prime Minister, you know that he does not own the property that the thing was being questioned about, but you went and investigate. And after you investigate, in the very document, you said the Prime Minister owns zero interest in this company, but you mentioned him name 8 times.
And you send it to Parliament. Knowing that nothing is there, he has no connection, he has no ownership there. You write up a report that in itself, the report in itself is filled with misinformation, lies, things like building 4-bedroom. And then when the actual building inspectors went, they come back and did not corroborate your story. They said that no, they don't see anything of a 4-bedroom being built or a 3-bedroom.
I see a breaking news that I don't even know how this, if this is true, that Mr. Donovan Williams came on the heavy ammunition encounter in Central Kingston. Just not too long ago.
Where's that breaking at? Let me go and search and see what I'm going.
We can't find that information.
Where's that breaking at? Which tabloid or who's breaking?
Where Mark Nation, tell where you find it, the information.
Oh, Mark Nation. Mark Nation said it in the comments.
You know, it's quite unfortunate, guys, that no other Prime Minister has gone under the microscope like this one have.
But I tell you this,
nobody's questioning the other opposition where you get your money from. Nobody asks.
I tell you this though, what I want the people of Jamaica to pay attention to is the fact that the PNP don't really care about them. All they care about is attacking Andrew Holness. They have had 10 years in opposition. They have not used this 10 year to create a 10-point plan, as Currency said, to get the people of Jamaica to trust them again. They haven't done that. In 2016, around about the same time, the election year, like no, they focused on his house. Him house, big house. And the people of Jamaica did not side with them because the people of Jamaica believe in the dream that every ghetto youth, we have a mansion, every individual should build the house of their dream. And if you have a dream house, you should be able to work hard and achieve that dream. Nobody is supposed to stop you from achieving that dream. Now, this year, they're focusing on his finance and I tell lie for the last 5 years. But explain to me this. The man who said the thiefest thing since sliced bread only worth $1 million US. Uno say the thief in his government, uno say 1 trillion missing from here, so and he take money from there, so anima take taxpayer money. Explain to me how only 1 million US in there. Olive Brown, click the request and come on and come tell us about the corruption to which you speak. Come the man, come tell about the corruption to which you speak.
Listen, Travi, the perception of corruption is more dangerous than actual corruption itself. And that is why the PNP has not...
And that is why we have to show the people that it does not exist. These people are talking about a ghost. It does not exist. It does not. That's why we have to go there with them. We can't just say, oh, they're just saying, we are go there with them because it does not exist. Explain to me how the president of the past president of the Jamaica Court of Appeal, the big Tapanars lawyer them that exists in the Integrity Commission, investigated this man for more than a year. They hired an overseas forensic analyst, a forensic investigator, paid him upwards of 30 million Jamaican dollars, and they are unable to land a charge. As a matter of fact, they tried to charge him for 4 accounts belonging to his parents and somebody who used to work for him. That's how thinly stretched they are with this argument of corruption and theft. That's how thin they are. Imagine being charged for an account that your name was placed on when you were a baby. Imagine that. Imagine that. And you people who are texting in the chat and saying this, and people all over Jamaica who is saying this, don't y'all have children? Would you want your son or daughter to be subjected to this type of vindictive behavior? Would you have thought it cute and fair if it was happening to your child? After he has worked all his life to make something of himself, knowing that you never have it when you had you had him as a child, and he worked all his life. He never wasted money we spent for sending him to primary school or high school, or the money he borrowed to go to college, and made something of himself. You would like to see these people do this? You would like this for your child? We need to have a heart. We need to have a heart for our brother. We need to have a heart for a loved one. It is unfair and it is clear before all of our eyes that they have nothing on him. It is simply an election ploy. And it is more important to have a leader that is ready for the job, who has proven he can do the job, than somebody who and him friends them run up and down out here saying he can do it, when he has never done anything. He has never done anything in his life. As a matter of fact, how do you people support him? You don't just look upon him and if he can't manage him whole appearance, how him look and how him carry himself. Do you expect him to manage Jamaica? Get real, people. We got to get real. We have to get real. We know we're having a conversation and I'll take it over. Come in again, because I share it.
Travi, you can do your thing later, man.
All right, blessings. We must get real, people. We have to get real. And for you people who keep saying these things in the chat, me say the line is open. Hit the request, come on and make your argument. I am here to have the conversation with you. Come on, let's have the conversation. Come tell me about the corruption to which you speak. Come show it to us. Come and tell me about it. Come on. I invite you on to come on. Because here we are, where the NHT, since it's in its inception, or since it get the name NHT in 1976, up until about 23, 24, has only bring forth 120,000 housing unit to the Jamaican people, and that would have included many that Mr. Holness would have put on. But Mr. Holness, under his tenure, have already started, some completed, over 30,000 units. Imagine that. From 2016 to 1976, count how many years that. And then you look for him 9 years and what he has produced in comparison to all before him. Isn't that something to talk about? We're seeing a record of performance. The man can hit the street with a 60-page booklet with performance, right? With their achievements such as Jamaica is for the first time in our history producing, and not just producing, but we are exporting medical oxygen. Jamaica is doing it. The National Water Commission on its way to being a profitable company, which will soon be listed on the Jamaica stock market so that you and I can buy into it and own a piece of it. Just like how he has allowed us to own a piece of our highways and is making dividend. His administration is the most corrupt according to statistics. What statistics? Where can we find this? I have my MacBook right next to me, and if you can tell me if you find the information, I would love to read it. Tell me, please tell me. Let me look at your name who commented that just now. Shem, or Shemi official, or whatever you call yourself. Please tell me where I can find the information. I have my computer here. I have access to the internet. Come on. The Gleaner? The Gleaner? Brother, have some respect for yourself. Have some dignity. Have some self-respect, sir. It's quite appalling. You know, you could have kept your mouth shut and let the doubt of you being dumb remain, but you open it and remove all doubts. Why? Why? Nah, make no sense. You're not making any sense, right? We see where the government has entered into a deal to bring on board, construct and bring it on board Harmony Cove. Harmony Cove that the Jamaican people will be able to buy into. Not just that, but Harmony Cove, part of the agreement of its operation, it will focus on buying produce and other items from the Jamaican local market. The people in Trelawney and its environs, be ready, be ready, be ready, be ready to
Travi, I want to get 2 minutes on the left to speak of corruption. Because people like to talk about corruption. The evidence, the data suggests that PNP is the most corrupt political organization in the entire Caribbean.
And who posted that information?
Transparency International.
Transparency International, right? Not the Gleaner, but Transparency International.
Transparency, the watchdog for corruption across the world.
Very good.
Crystal Tomlinson, the former PNP YO president, presented information in 2020 to the Jamaican people that says the PNP, that says that Jamaica is most corrupt under the leadership of the People's National Party. You can't
a candidate of theirs.
That is embedded in history. Jamaica ranks its best ever performance on Transparency International under the leadership of this government since 2017. You can't take that and put that in a pipe and smoke it, because me say it, and the data do it.
That's why I asked him to provide the information. Where can I read it at? Where can I find it?
PNP, they are delusional. Delusional, my brethren. They do not like facts. They make their own alternative facts. They are living in an alternative universe.
Facts, not ignorant. Send a request and come up here and make your argument.
I am lying. Brethren, that's one thing you can't say about me, that I lie. Because anything when come as facts we speak. When I come with propaganda.
For next time, we're all right, GG, me soon add it. When we not jump off, my add it. One by one, we are doing it.
Transparency International is the watchdog that even the Integrity Commission themselves and they come in spin doctrine every single year when they come out. Right? The best ever ranking we have ever got in our history is under the leadership of this government.
But just before they posted their latest rankings, you know, they after everything that the Integrity Commission did, the Integrity Commission went to Twitter to state that, the Transparency International will be posting their rankings and we look forward to see where Jamaica. Boom! Jamaica in the same position, nothing happened, nothing changed. We're still at our best position.
Travi, they have tried their utmost best to paint Jamaica as a corrupt state because they want to influence. You know who send information to Transparency International as well? Civil society groups. PNP, Tapanaris can get up tomorrow and write to Transparency International.
Jeanette Caldan.
Yeah, perception. Yeah, so I mean, when PNP come talk, they have to come with evidence because according to them, labor rights are fully done. But if the labor rights are so fully done, why are labor rights that are fully done beating you guys with information? Right.
Let me add GG. Let me hear what GG have to say. Let me hear what GG have to say, the winner. GG.
Well, go on.
Blessings.
Anybody hear the news about shots being fired after D. Williams?
We heard it earlier on, but I asked where can I find the information that has it been posted by any of the media outlets, and it seems it has not been posted. It's just a story that is making it rounds on the ground. I am not near that vicinity, so I can't confirm. All I've heard is much like, somebody that say it like you did.
Dead?
No, I'm saying all I've heard is what somebody would have said like you have done just now.
Oh. It don't surprise me still because this is the level that they would want to take it to.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm not surprised, remember them talk, so they're ready for war, they have said it, them say for war, and then play the Bounty Killer song for war, no want make it start, see somebody blood now go run and whatever. So we're not surprised. All I'd ask is that our people, stay clear of them, keep safe, the important day is election day. When you go out there and let your voice heard and peacefully come back home and let us re-elect this government that is moving Jamaica forward.
Just to query, has anybody deep dive into the affidavit from the court case in the Prime Minister's finances and analyze it?
Yes. They have deep dives have been done. You have a particular question concerning that?
Can anybody point me to anywhere it is stating that he got money from the government coffers?
No, there's nothing like that in there. Nothing like that in there. No, sir.
What is the halabaloo about?
It's because they have painted this narrative, and now that it is falling apart, they cannot let go of it. And the indoctrinated bootlickers who love their slave masters so much more than they love themselves cannot turn back now. They have basically reached the point of no return. They have to subject themselves to be looking like fools running with this argument same way.
I really hope people analyze this in a very wholesome way, and look at it and realize that the cruelty of this act needs to foster a lot of changes. The changes has to come also with the Integrity Commission. I am one who believes that law needs to change for two things in particular where the IC is concerned. One, the chairperson cannot be a retired judge. It doesn't have to be a retired judge, right? Because I find judges in general are very arrogant and believe that they are right at all times and not willing to do whatever work is necessary in order to get things right. So that law needs to change.
See, more and more people have said the same thing you ask about. Here's another comment in the chat about it. We're not sure. We wait for official confirmation on what is going on. Many a times, so many people have said that, we see that they're trying to take it to this way. But Jamaica, please pay attention and see how far these people are willing to go. They are willing.
I'm not surprised.
To destroy the peace and harmony we've worked so hard and sacrificed to establish in this country. Right. They are willing to try and destroy that, but we won't allow them. GG, blessings, thanks for coming on.
I just need to mention the next thing that they need to change in terms of the Income Commission.
Go ahead.
The persons in the Integrity Commission should also be held to a responsibility that they too can be charged.
The Integrity Commission Act states, and this is one of the biggest problems we have with the Integrity Commission Act, they will not be held liable for anything that they do.
No, but and that has to change, because based on what is happening now, these guys can do anything and get away with it. And
you could have gone on another live, big fat pig. You could have gone on a different live. Why this one? You big fat pig. You can't do that to your mother. Why? Because your mother is. Go ahead, Gigi.
The act of doing what they are doing, is treasonous. It's treasonous, and anybody who understands what treason is, needs to go to prison.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all I have to say.
Blessings to you, sir. Thanks for coming and thanks for the support. All right. Mato. Come true, Mato. You wait long still, but come true, Mato. To the PNP people in the chat, talking this and talking that. Why not just send a request? Just send a request now. Let us have a conversation. It's that.
Yes, Travi, put me in the big box. Let me show you something about PNP corruption.
Blessings, my brother.
Put me in the big box.
No, man,
let me just show you.
Just me and you, so I don't saw it, Agustin.
Just let me just read. No, man, more of them to see the screen, more of them to see some corruption. You're going to name out corruption now.
Yeah, but you'd have to turn your camera on. Your camera is not on, one. And I don't how this box business work now.
All right. I'm going to make you listen to them. Just listen to it. Listen to the corruption.
Yeah.
Listen to it.
Admonishing the Prime Minister for not calling the election. And he claimed that Marky G has clean hands. He didn't say the PNP had clean hands. He said Bakramasa had clean hands. Now, that's highly questionable. I'm going to come back to that. Because he kept talking about scandals and corruption. Satan Campbell. Can you believe that? No, I just want to talk quickly about some PNP scandals. Bear with me, folks. Iran sugar deal, Rollins land deal, zinc scandal, furniture scandal, motor vehicle importation scandal, foreign exchange scandal, land distribution at Holland scandal, water commission scandal, Operation Pride scandal, Montego Bay Street People scandal, Fat Cat salary scandal, Net Serve scandal, NSWMA scandal, Sandals White House scandal, Trafigura scandal, Cuban light bulb scandal, FinSac, Bad Gas scandal, Dead Baby scandal, EWI energy scandal, Chick V scandal, Shell waiver scandal, Skendown contract to build a wall around Heroes Park just before the February 2016 general election. NHT bailout for a friend of the PNP scandal. Automani to the tune of 100 million. Church money scandal. Courtney Spence over 1 million bounce checks. Yo Mark Davies run with the scandal. NHT bailout for PNP member and MP Paul Robertson scandal. PNP member Bin Lawrence and 70 boards earning salary from all of them. Scandal, prickly poll primary scandals, Spalding market scandal, agricultural back scandal. That's just to name a few people. Jamaicans do not have really short memory, that anybody could be running behind this party. And for Satan Campbell to have the nerve, the gall, and the temerity to talk about Marky G has clean hands. Did you see Marky G digging in his backside? How are those hands clean to begin with? First of all, Marky G, if you're talking about If he's speaking hypothetically, he's wrong. Because Marky G lied that he was born in Jamaica, lied that his wife born in Jamaica, lie about everything and talk about his lies. And then not talk about how them try to use the integrity commissioners as the PNP to smear the Prime Minister. Just like how him hand smear we do. People will not be fooled.
All right. Have you said that?
Me not argue them about scandal, you know.
Chavi, you see that?
I hear it.
Chavi, you see that?
Yeah.
Chavi, your mommy, your mother, your father, my father would not come up with nothing like this. Chavi, this thing is strange. Geopolitics is strange. Strange in Jamaica. We are holding the government accountable for what they are doing. It's not your pretty house, nor because you're brown, nor because you have 10 car, nor because you bank account fat, not because they have a big shoe stand in your house. That is not going to make you win politics. It's performance, Chavi.
That is it.
It is performance, Chavi. And when we look at what this government have done in a short term, nobody have to question it. Anybody want to question it, I want to ask you, if you have sister who has struggled, brother who has struggled, how much kids do you have? How much kids do you plan to get? Right? And you go to school, what is your level of achievement? And you go to school, I go to school, me no bad mind in fiend job. Some people come on your platform and type them bad mind like what? And the truth is just fit talk. Make we tell you something. The country I go forward. A car is going forward to take you from point A to point B. Why you think a car reversed? A car, no car from any country in the world never reverse and done in journey. A car always reverse because of somebody black him in, or his party you go. Irish party, you go and to reverse. Every car drive forward to the destination.
Forward to its destination, yes.
Every car and face the in front of with you. We go forward and not backward. PNP saga is over. Over. The days of fooling people. All right, look at what everything that PNP done. PNP freeze civil servant wages, and every year what they do they increase tax. So what are they telling us? Everything that they freeze, Andrew come and free it up. Who is the better guy? And who is the person who would deliver in shorter term? And PNP get long term and never deliver. Who them think they can fool?
All them do
never deliver. Never.
And enrich themselves.
And enriching themselves. Listen, you can tell them that Team Matter said this, Travi. You can tell them Mark Golding never own him house after Finsack. It's after Finsack, Mark Golding own him house. That time poor people are suffering and him rip them off and buy a house.
Zest, there's corruption on both sides. Really, Zest?
You know how long me sit down here, so I take you in. You know how long? Check my thing and see how much followers me have. Me are the biggest thing. Me are the biggest thing on the platform. Me have my own platform. But me not have to run down a platform for run ahead of you. Me need to sit down and listen to you. Listen. Anyway you reach in life and anyhow you have like a trade worker or a teacher or any field and somebody knowledgeable more than you, never you compete with them. You know what you do? You learn.
Learn from them.
You learn, man. If somebody is higher than you, you learn.
No, it's 1,000. Zest.
I'm telling you that. PNP have done Jamaica no good. No good.
None whatsoever.
No good whatsoever. No good. If you just sit down and think back, have a glass of water, sipping with some lime in it. You would sit down and you just sip it and just talk it. PNP have done Jamaica the worst thing. There's a lot of people who died in Jamaica because of PNP. PNP policy cost Jamaican people death because look at the healthcare system. People only have them receipt, can't turn up for no medicine, can't turn up for no treatment, and cannot afford it because back then it was lesser people working, so the country have lesser money. And tell them this. From 1962 until now. Remember when time Buster become prime minister first so much people never live in Jamaica. And the Siaga too, so much people never live in Jamaica. So much people never live in Jamaica. When time Norman Manley, no, look at this amount of people. Andrew have this bulk of people. And look at how Andrew is running the country. So his performance excel over everybody.
Yep.
Them for know that, brother. Them for know that. We not talk geopolitics like we're stupid. We look into it and see JFJ, civil groups, they're the one who back in the ICC to bring down Andrew because Aluma Asamba talk it say PNP must place people in strategic location because PNP benefits from crime. Everybody's eating out of the nasty pot. You understand? So whatever it takes, they will back the PNP to spread propaganda for them to win. A country cannot function like that. We need clean people, clean visionary, clean people with clean mindset to pull the weight and make the country go forward. These things must stop. We love the job we do. You speak fluently. People are listening to you. People love to hear what you say. All the T's are crossed and all the dots are dots when you are talking. You just said the thing the right way. You understand? So PNP, first of all, PNP don't qualify to come up in no JLP box and talk. But they are just qualified to stay down in the chat and type.
To be honest, I have invited them up quite a few times, and whenever they say something and you ask them to substantiate their argument, they can't. They cannot substantiate none of the claims they make, and that is the problem. You have this in the comments right now. Talk about things. Well, let me find that comment that she make a while ago. Yeah. And I bet you, if I'm offering to use this, come up in the box and let's have the conversation. He said back then one bread was less than 200. Now it's
big up this guy here. I want you to take time and big up this guy Dexton. Big up Dexter. I was listening. I listened to that guy today. That guy is on point. He's not biased. He's not aggressive. If he's to give the PNP the props, he will give them. Hugh Richards is no good for Jamaica. Ingram is no good. And you have some of them more caution and Dago. They are no good. They are just trying to sell PNP. Why are you trying to sell PNP when nobody don't want PNP to buy? Why? Nobody. Coronation Market buy everything and anything, and Coronation Market now buy PNP. What are you going to do with them?
All right, watch your matter. Thanks for coming and thanks for the support.
Big up yourself, man. Big up yourself, man. Big up yourself.
I'm going to touch on that sector in Jamaica. That
okay, yes. I want to sit down here and listen to you. Go ahead. Take me down.
And I want to talk about the importance of it, all right? So,
yes.
Blessings, just hold on.
Hold on. One thing before I go, I want you to tell you this, and I will be meeting Andrew soon. When we see him, I just want to share this with you to find out if it makes sense. I want to tell my prime minister that sometime down the line we need to bring back the ferry, and I will need the train to run from Montego Bay, like the passenger train, come back to town, so we can buy all $10,000 a ticket, 22, and just ride on it.
Mato.
Yes.
Just hear the topic of your touch next to mine.
All right, let me out of the box, my friend, because you know we're not competing because we have a whole lot of ammunition.
You need to hear this.
Yes, man. Take me down now.
Guys, I kid you not. I am actually going into talking about the railway system in Jamaica. That's what I was about to touch. Are you hear the brother man say? I am going to touch the railway system in Jamaica. That I'm going to talk about now, that the government is making plans to revive the railway system in Jamaica. And I am in full support of reviving the railway system in Jamaica, and it's cheaper too, and to move aggregate, because moving aggregate is one of the things that destroys our roads, like destroy our highways, because when the truck is filled with the sand and whatever they're carrying, that weight it destroys our roads and highways, to which we spend a lot of money on. So if we can have a railway network in Jamaica that exists, we just need to revive it, upgrade it, bring up back everything, set it up. And right now, the Chinese is the best. They are leading in railway construction, servicing, and all of that. We already in many agreements with the Chinese through China Hub and many other institutions that we work with them. Let us get into a program, and this program should be different from all the other programs. You know why? Because when we're going to build Revive Our Rail through the Chinese, we want a student program to be there. When the engineers and all the plannings and the research is being done, we want to have Jamaican students, engineers, and planners right there with them to learn on the job as they go through the process. We want them not just building and reviving, but teaching the skills to Jamaican students while they're at it. Right? So now we see where the the Caymanas, what is it called? Caymanas economic zone is being built out, and that vast property that will have manufacturing and storage and logistics, that the whole logistic area, they will have a real service that will bring, you know, goods in between there and I think Kingston Harbor or whatever pier that they are using. So while we are reviving or putting in that new railway system, we need to have students, engineering and planning and everything. We want to have students on the job of work hand in hand with the Chinese people who are learning the job while they do it, which is a Sadiq send a request. Lord Jesus, Sadiq couldn't, why not easy, you know? Why may I tell you? Every idea for PNP and they don't do none of them. Every idea is a PNP and they don't do any. Like, want to stop this nonsense? When are you gonna stop this nonsense? Like, it's just crazy.
I have a suggestion, Travi. And tell me if this makes sense.
Yes, sir.
All right. Every idea PMP. Yeah, we have every idea for us. So here we are going to switch. Funo Jabba for come up with the idea for Jabba for implement them.
And do it.
That makes sense too, no? since everything that we have implemented a Funo idea.
Just put it in the pipeline, we take it out.
We take it out, yeah.
Just
sit down one there. Don't need feed the government. Just sit down one there. Because you don't good at implementing shit. So stay one there. You're responsible for come up with that. Because apparently everything we do. Me hear one man say everything we're printing on the booklet. A PMP idea. Everything. But here's the problem with them have now. They say everything what we do a PMP idea, but we mash up the country. This way not make sense. Today, one man tell today upon VG, a man said to nobody now buy it. Then in the same sentence he say the government is so broke. We have to sell government papers like nothing, people are buying like nothing. In the same sentence, it's like they cannot come up with them are just everything have to be negative. So they might try to paint everything as negative. Selling it now, sell it. It has sell too much, something wrong. Listen to me now. It's a waste of time to sit down and argue with these people. A waste of value of brain power. Just to sit and argue with them. Right? But let's worry about Sadiq. Sadiq can't put a statement together for himself. That's why he will never say
no, you know, me invite Sadiq up here, and I'll give you a joke about Sadiq. Sadiq came on and asked me, I think that he's a PMP person, he asked me, what are the things I look for in a leader? I tell him about honesty, I tell him about, you know, trustworthiness, I tell him about a bunch of things. And let me tell you, let me not do it, so how me can make you understand what me do to you? Sensing that he's a PNP, what I did, I name out all the characteristics of integrity and allow him to ask me, say, you know what, the leader if you have integrity. And that confirmed that Sadiq don't know what integrity means. I answered him with the meaning of integrity because I know integrity are the tagline. And he came out saying, what about integrity? And Sadiq, I never tell it to you, but I've been laughing at you from that night till this. Because you don't know what integrity means, yet you push integrity, integrity, integrity. Stop embarrassing yourself.
Just ask them about integrity.
Sadiq, you come on. And when me list out, when you ask me, when me look for into a leader, I told you. Yeah? I told you. And you say, oh, you come on. Oh, what are the qualities that you look for into a leader? What do you want to have in your leader? Mr. Moral uprightness. You have to have strong moral principles. You have to be honest. Right? You have to be trustworthy. Here's Sadiq to me now. So what about integrity? Sadiq, you don't know what integrity means. What you're about to do.
These are just buzzwords that they get to come out and talk. You know?
Man, no, man.
You use the integrity. I just buzzwords for them. They don't know the meaning of most of these words that they come out.
They don't mean nothing.
And when you call them panic, you find out.
We just left them to do it. They don't make no sense. But anyhow, Chuck, what I was saying is let's revive our railway infrastructure. And to be honest, the government has already started that because we have signed a deal with Germany's Herzog. Herzog their name. Hold on, I'm going. Let me look up it here. So yeah, man, Herzog their name. And the same one them responsible for building most of what I go on England, and them England I deal with England thing. They're here as advisors to show what to do, right? One of UK's best rail system, the HS2, Herzog build that, right? And it's a fast speed train, put it that way. So we are actually in the process of reviving the railway system that exists in Jamaica right now, you know. But I want the people to understand that this is very important because rail is not just about travel. You can move goods and service around for a cheaper. And I'll tell you this, more companies will invest in Jamaica, having their factories and their plants and whatever in this country, much like Singapore, as I hear the Prime Minister talk about, because if you have cheap energy, you have the facilities, the workforce, and it's easy to move around. Not only that, your geological location is so perfectly poised. We are right in the midst of one of the busiest shipping lane that exists in the world. So that's why Bruce Collins said we are too rich to be this poor, you know, because Jamaica is naturally blessed. Even our location is a blessing to it. And we see where this administration is leveraging our location, leveraging all that we have. And that's what we want. We want to go forward. That's what we want. We want to go forward, and that's why the government are fire on all fronts. They are developing logistics, expanding our ports, you know, having connectivity to build out the infrastructure for connectivity on the island by the way of our road network. And now they're working on the rail system because you know what, with more ease of commerce, then more business can be done and it can be more profitable. So these are the things we don't want nobody. We want to spend 3-4 years to tell us that we black brother thief, and then when we look on the balance sheet ourselves, we can't see what them talk about, right? We spend 10 years in the opposition and talk about them and host, and now them talk about in bank account. Really, at that you can do for Jamaican people? Well, we don't want that. We don't want that. You know why? Because we want to go forward as a country. I love it when I'm in London. I love it when I'm in London. Right? And the people walk up to me and say, you're Jamaican. Man, we love Jamaica. You guys are doing well over there. It's good. And there's a lot of time on my travels, people ask me, what are you doing here? Man, your country is the best place on earth. What are you doing here?
Travi,
10 years and no plan they brought forward. Are you dumb?
Let me tell you.
You must be crazy.
A PNP matter, man. Let me tell you what.
Sorry, my bad. Okay.
One of the biggest mindset change. We are trying, the Prime Minister and the government are trying to put in a Jamaica. It's the concept of time. They say respect for time is extremely important to develop.
Yes.
Yeah, well, you can tell your customer, say, all right, the shipment will be there in an hour. And the route is there for you to take an hour and deliver it from Kingston to Montego Bay. Or you have a meeting now, Mobile, you can say, okay, I'm going to drive to Mobile, it's going to take me an hour and a half so we can start then. Ability to do that is currency. Okay? It's currency. So when I tell them, so all this development we have, and not by accident, everything is tied in.
Yeah.
When you can buy one house on a St. Thomas, your vehicle drive
Stop me here. Go ahead, man. Me here.
in 30 minutes.
Yeah, definitely.
You can drive come and send that in 30 minutes. That is what we are trying to develop in Jamaica, the concept and the value of time. Right? So listen to me. Me not follow one bag of people who had an opportunity and never developed the country. They squandered it. I have no time to waste and argue with them. Right? We are changing, and we are changing for the better. And one of the changes we are make is we are not going back. If the PNP ever want to rule Jamaica again, they have to change them way of thinking. And from the top come down. From the top all the way down, have to change them thinking. Right? This idea, 10 years in our opposition and now you can come and argue about in bank account. The man under investigation, chump up investigation for 5 years and you can't prove nothing wrong.
Not a thing.
And I challenge any one of them, Travi. All them attack. Show me a link between taxpayers' money and Andrew Holness bank account. Show me a link.
Them can connect it.
I can connect Mark Golden bank account to taxpayers' money. I can do that. Paperwork.
Hey, Chuck, listen to that list here. 1% increase in GCT. Import food tax, 3 million threshold, house in a swamp, urban center in a swamp, 2-hour expansion per school, 1.9 or 2 billion wide program into an already broken system, rent to own. You know what all of these represent? Bad policy, one after the other. Bad policy after bad policy after bad policy after bad policy. One after the other, pure bad policy positions. But you know what that also signifies? The mindset and the type of governance that the PNP is trying to bring. Jamaica, we don't want that. Because while they can do this and them pay the price in opposition, if we bring them into government and them do these things and we pay the price, the taxpayer.
This brother named proper fix. Size 2, whatever.
No mind, because in that even have grammatical. Listen, Chuck, he can't even construct a proper sentence, and as such, I'd advise you, don't waste your time with him.
All right, point taken. Point taken. Listen to me, Jacob. This is a different Jamaica. Okay? This is not the Jamaica where the PNP ruled for 18 years. The young people in this country are seeing, are understanding, and are demanding representation that they are getting from Andrew Michael Holness and his government. This is not a balloon. We are talking about things that go good, but we just want to change. That's how we try in 1989. Things that go good and we want to change. It now happen again. Never.
The guest has what? What just happened a while ago? Moderator, did any of you remove Chuck a while ago? What just happened? What just happened a while ago? What just happened a while ago? All right, guys, me just run through a list for you guys to hear, right? Me repeat it again. 1% increase in GCT, right? Tax on imported foods, $3 million threshold, house in a swamp, urban center in a swamp. extension of school hours by 2 hours, right? $1.9 to $2 billion taxi funding or ride program funding, rent to own, right? All of these, they are not just ideas. They are not just ideas or policy positions. These are red flags. An opposition is in practice for government, for governance. And if you can't show wisdom, steady hands, or coherent planning in opposition, how can we trust you in government? How can we trust you in government? You cannot show these things. How can we trust you in government? You can't show coherent planning, right? You can't show wisdom or steady hands while in practice for government. How can we trust you with Jamaica? Huh? Let us not forget, man. Don't forget these failed people. They speak loudly, talking about ready and this and that. It's all just talk. Because when you look at what they have to present to the Jamaican people and we reason it out ourselves, it don't make sense. The $3 million threshold that they purport, notice they don't talk about it no more. Why? Because we, the Jamaican public, asked, how will it be paid for? What will it cost Jamaica? And because they know the answer is so damning, they stop talking about that. And they would have hope would have forget about these things that they do. I also want to point out something to you. Now, after they get Damien to take back in talk, Damien go up on a different program and go say, oh, this is a Damien idea, not a PNP idea. Excuse me, you represent the PNP. Moving on. You have Dayton Campbell who talk about it. After I talk about some other taxes to lay the foundation into what he's about to say, then said, you know, imported food, we need to add on a little thing, which would have resulted in a higher cost of living because guess what? It would have resulted in higher costs for food, right? So when the pressure come from the public and the pushback, he said, oh, that's not what I meant. That's not what I said. Rather, boom, the tape play. Oh, that's not what I meant. Let me explain it. And in come and in talk, it gibberish. But guess what? Then Mark Golding repeat the same thing when said before. And that goes to show you we cannot trust these people. We cannot trust them. Bad policy position after another. And while they will just pay the political price in opposition, or that they should pay, if that is done in government, we are going to pay the price at a time when Jamaica's debt to GDP ratio is at its lowest in 30 years. At a time when the rest of the world have problem with debt and debt has skyrocket. At a time when the world is lauding Jamaica for being the poster child for fiscal discipline. This is what they want to do. At a time when Jamaica's net international reserve is at the highest ever in the country's history. At a time when unemployment is low, right? At a time when the poverty rate is low, at a time when Jamaica is ready for takeoff, the PNP saying, give away everything. And you must ask yourself, to my elders, you guys must ask yourself, where have we seen this before? How this sounds so familiar? I will bring you to Michael Manning's reign in 1972 when he came to government. And in 2 years, he was on his knee in Washington at the IMF. After he went on this massive giveaway parade and people are wash bike with beer and as a burn up money and a spend money. After them went on this giveaway parade and put the country into debt, they are here to try and do it again. Jamaica, do not be fooled, because if you allow the PNP to give away everything now, and what will your grandchild and your great-grandchild inherit? What will your children inherit if you allow these people to come and give away everything and wreck Jamaica? What will they inherit? So we must be careful. Sir Joshua John James, how are you, sir?
Greetings, sir, in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ.
Blessings and peace to you, sir.
Chucky, I saw you get handsome, man. Your picture look like you.
No, that's not me. That's the Prime Minister. I
Boy,
could
you
only
see,
dream.
you can only dream.
Yes, I could only dream.
Martin Luther
But
King had a dream, and we are benefiting from it now. So
I will take what was given to me and use it, you know? Yes, I'll just use what was given to me. So I'm good.
Anyway, good night, Chuck.
Yeah?
I said good night. Good night to everyone, even those in the chat.
Good night.
I realized you left out something also, Travi, because I've been trying to crunch the numbers of the PNP's goodie bag or promised goodie bag. And what I see scare me to death. You know, the PNP promise Mark Golding, and it doesn't matter what they say, as you rightly stated, it's a policy position. And if it's not a policy position, then the PNP is in fragments, because it's a free-for-all show wherein one person will come out and say what they want to say while somebody else. So whichever way you take it, it's not good for Jamaica. Right? All right, let's start with the teachers, which you left out. There are 25,000 strong teachers in the JTA. Right? On an average, since Damon said he wants to forgive the teachers' debt, I did a little bit of research. It's $462,000 to $370,000. $462,370 to $1.1 million per student per year to train a teacher. Let us use the lowest figure. We won't even touch the high figure yet. 462,370. Right? Because we want people to see the reality. It sounds good, and even the teachers themselves. 462, what's that?
Hold on, may I search for the calculator upon the system here? Hold on.
All right, great. At least it makes it easier. Let's crunch the numbers together. Right.
Yes, sir. Hold on. Yes, run the numbers by me. 462.
370.
462 370. Got it.
How long does it take to train a teacher? 4 years?
Yes, yeah.
All right, times 4.
All right, I'm gonna times that by 4. And that would be 1,849,480.
So that's one teacher.
Right.
All right. So assume that half of the teachers would have taken loan. It's more than that, but we want to be kind to the PNP.
So what is the number for half?
Half would be 12,500.
So we have to times this by 12,500.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Man, the number are too big for my computer, you know.
Mark Golding would tell us, no, man, we have the NIR. We can drain it.
It's going to be, wow, hold on there. I can count the number figures if you know me. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right?
60.
No, that I add 0 them that day. I have to count it, I have to work out the other figure them right now. So now, so you have 231 billion 185 million.
And remember, you know, if you're gonna forgive debt, 231 billion, right? And if you're gonna be forgiving debt, this would be on an average yearly. You'd have to be doing that, because as new teacher comes into the system, you have to be forgiving debt. Write down that figure and let us crunch the $500,000 for the 20,000 young people that Mark Golding says he wants to give, so that them can buy a house every year. Or you can ask Chucky. Chucky must have a pen.
I have a pen, I just need paper. I've got a pen, I just need paper.
When you used to copy from people book, you never used to write in Ayana school.
No man, more I write it down properly.
Listen to the rest now. I say
I want to do the rap.
We have been through this giveaway mentality before.
Yes, it's true. Hey, Chucky, this is frightening, you know, because I've been trying to crunch the numbers, and the more I see the figures, the more I get nervous.
All right, what the next thing you say you have there?
All right, so 500,000 times 20,000. Because him saying want to give $500,000 to 20,000 young people as starters, as down payment to pay on them house. These are not my words. These are Mark Golding's words.
20,000 people.
Yes, times 500,000.
Am I seeing correctly? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This looks like 1 billion.
Come on, it's more than $1 billion.
1 billion or 10 billion this year?
$10 billion.
Right, hold on. Let me make sure. 20,000.
Sorry to be holding you up, Chucky. I dive off early because I have work in another 3 hours.
Yes. All right.
10 billion, right?
We're going to add this to it. That's 10 billion, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm. 10 billion.
All right. Now, in addition to that, Mark Golding says he's going to engage 20,000 taxi men.
Mm-hmm.
No, 20,000. He's going to be engaging 20,000 families. Notice he said families.
Yes.
Now, the figure that he put out there does not make sense.
It doesn't make sense. He did say 1.9 billion, but when we do the math, it comes to about 2 billion.
No, it's far more than 2 billion. I'm gonna.
The figure I worked with is the amount of time they must spend in a school. But anyhow, yes, give me the figure you have. But so far, based on with the route Joshua is taking, for the first item, it was 231,185 million. And if you add 10 million to that, that means already at 241 billion. 241,185 million Jamaican dollars. That's a lot of money. Robert Milton, give me a second.
Taxpayers' money, Travi. As me say, Mark Golding's utterances are very similar to Michael Manley back in the 70s. A billion here, a billion here, a billion. Just give away. It took Michael Manley 2 years to broke this country, to reverse an 18% economic growth to negative 5. I want people understand, you know. 2 years to reverse an 18.2% economic growth to negative 5%. 2 years to clean out a NIR for $146 million and turn it into negative $600 million. 2 years. Because of the same giveaway, me give here, me give there, me give here, me give there. And it's the same thing this man a come back with. Every problem come up, oh, we can't give $1 billion. Oh, we can't give $1 billion. Oh, we can't give $1 billion. And up until this point, they have not put forward one single economic growth plan. Not one.
Chuck, yeah, the second phase of that. The second phase of that you have not mentioned, that we ran to the IMF for the first time in the history of Jamaica. And the man done the money what we get as loan for IMF without putting any form of economic plan in place. So not only did he empty the NIR, put us in negative, but him run for get a loan for clear up the debt that him create. And done the money before him even look after the economic.
Mr. Government run away with the IMF money.
Yeah.
A PNP minister of government ran away with the IMF money, thief it and run away.
And come bury him family afterwards and Noga prison.
There you go.
Right?
That is PNP for you.
Yeah. So Travi, here is the second phase now. So I'm saying 20,000 families. All right. Let's say 4 persons I got to each taxi. Because I listened to Sidney Blake last week. Sidney Blake says the plan was, and I'm saying Sidney Blake says so. So the plan was Mark Golding has.
That's right. Nobody the foolish. You can't Sidney. Go and talk and stop that about Sidney Blake. Come.
No, if fish come from water bottom until I say it wet, you have to believe him. Right? So Sidney Blake says that Sidney Blake admit that he's a taxi man. You never know that. And Sidney Blake said the plan that Mark Golding has is for them to pick up the pitney, go at them, then after them drop them off, then them guard them yard, go clean up them car, park it, and then when time come pick up at the pitney them in the evening. Now, if that's the case, when I speak to the taxi man them says that they earn between $20,000 to $25,000 per day. So therefore mean that whatever they would be losing, you have to compensate them for that, right, Travi?
That's right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
My question when it comes to that plan is simply this. If Mark Golding plan requires about 5,000 taxi, about 10,000 taxi.
5.
When
we'll be kind to him and say 5.
You take 10,000 taxi out of the system a morning time between 6 and 8.
No, man, that is the next problem. We're going to end up with a transportation problem. We know that.
When you take them out, 6,000 out of the system and you dedicate them between 6 and 8, say all them can carry is school children. How does the adults get to work?
Right. But because we are counting the money now, we want to count the money and get it out of the way and show the additional problems that it might create. So what he's going to need in order to fund the bag of goodies that he might promise, what he can't afford. So 5,000 times 20, Travi. 5,000 times 20,000. And this is per day.
Huh?
5,000 times 20,000. And this is per day.
A 5,000 or 2,500 might give people him.
No, he's saying that is what he will give them. But if you tell a taxi man give up him passenger and he might make 20 to 25,000 per day, then you have to compensate him for what he might lose. You don't get what I'm saying, Travi?
I get what you're saying, Joshua, but like
no,
we don't want
I
would advise you to bring in anything. Say, oh, they will have to cover it.
I'm not bringing in.
Understand what he said.
No, I'm not bringing in Travi. The reality is what Mark Golding is saying and the reality they don't walk hand in hand. Mark Golding has said one thing, but the reality disagree with him.
But I'm saying, Joshua. Remember,
you understand what I'm saying, Chucky?
I understand what I said, but remember, Joshua, children pay half fare, half of what an adult pay.
No, I know what the adult pay. I know what the adult pay. Sidney said, basically, Mark Golding is going to take them out of the system just to carry school pitney alone. Now, if that's the case, and the freedom I work for, them have to get back the money what them I give up. And I have spoken to quite a few taximen and them say anywhere between $20,000 and $25,000 per day. So you have to compensate them for what them I give up.
I understand all of that, Joshua.
That
works into us just working out the situation and how it works. I would like to calculate what he says he is going to spend for this initiative. We don't want to add the other things to it. We know it makes sense. And as a matter of fact, listen, the taxi drivers will not give up the adult passenger for the students because the students pay half fare. I faced this going to school. And I'm guessing you faced it going to school too, Joshua. So this is not, and most people, the general public.
No, JOS, me and Chuck used to take when we go to school.
What?
JOS.
JOS. Okay, sorry, my bad. Honestly, I faced the situation of a taxi driver, even a group of us, like one group of maybe 5 of us, 3 of us, the taxi driver that pull up and say, I take one out of the group. Like 90% of the time, they might take one out of the group. One out of the group.
I get what you're saying, Travi, but you see, I have had this conversation quite a few times, and the reason I take this approach because Mark Golding's promise and what he says he will be offering the people does not make sense. The man just a pluck a figure out of the ear that cannot be
You sure
worked.
I hear my pluck it?
Hi,
Well,
gentlemen.
yes,
Good
ma'am.
night. Good morning.
Good night.
Good morning. How are you guys doing? I have a quick question for you guys.
Sure.
I want to know, right? We have one bus going to a particular community or a school. This bus will be able to carry 38 children, right? Something like that, right?
35.
35.
The big ones carry 48, I heard. As a minister.
How many? All right, so I could work with the 35. How many taxis would we need to carry the equivalent?
Of 70 students because they will make 2 trips, right?
Right. Right.
Nine taxis you would need. No, not 9. If it's 35, then it's 7 taxis you would need.
But it's actually
75.
Hold on, let me see. If it's 4 students, if you obey the Road Traffic Act,
so you need basically 16 taxis for so 75, 35 or so? It is that school?
Yeah.
75, 35. So you need 14, right? 14 taxis. So if we remove 14 taxis in peak hours from a community to carry our children, how does the working class survive?
Listen to me. We would end up with a transportation nightmare. We production also.
I'm just leaving these questions. Hold on. My next question is, hold on. We just drop them question. You know me I go, right? I'm in the comments. My next question is, when the taxi man get a charter for go to Kingston, because we're dealing with rural, right? You get a $50,000 or $100,000 for go to Kingston.
Airport.
Airport or embassy.
Yeah, embassy.
How do we deal with that? We're from the rural part of Jamaica, so we know how these things go. How do we deal with that? Bigger money.
Bigger money talk. But here's something I want to add to the conversation that just popped in my mind just now. I haven't heard anyone with it. Now, with this transportation nightmare, we just talk about taking away taxes out of the transport system that already have rush hour at 5 o'clock, right? 5 o'clock, 4, and anyway that time of evening. Now to the students that used to come off of school at 2:33 that Dayton says going home to be unsupervised. When you move them also, go into the rush hour taxi in the evening by the extension of school. What are we looking at, folks?
Next thing, taxi. Next thing, taxi fares are charged sometimes according to distance. How are you going to tell me now that you're going to give me $500? I'm saying $500 a day per student. What if when me pick up an adult, or even before me agree with you, say me go carry the student on a regular day, me already make $700. You get what I'm saying?
Sheikah, what you're saying, you see, and none of the PNP them not seem to have them heads crawling for stop and say, but wait, we love the party, but what the comrade leader said now makes sense. Right? Because
no, finish, Joshua, finish your point. Go ahead.
Yeah, because Travi, I know you say I mustn't go there, but I personally have sat down and I begin to crunch the numbers and said the comrade leader said 1.something billion dollars, right?
1.9.
1.9 billion, call it $2 billion. Even with $2 billion, he would have fallen woefully short because the taximen said them earn between $20,000 to $25,000 per day, right? Even if you should go with the figure of 20,000, that's $100 million may have right here, so right? Me looking at the figure $100 million per day. Per day.
Wow.
You have to go find.
Joshua, I don't know if you heard me said it already, and Chuck has always repeated it. Taxi men, they make a lot of money, but they just don't have good money management skills, and that is one of the
I've
major
never heard you
problems.
said it, but I've spoken to them, so I know some of them make good money.
Yes, they do make money. Remember, see them are 2 or 3 and 4 partners a day, you know. So they do make the money, but they just don't see their job or see their business as a business, and that is the problem. And when you have these mindsets, you cannot get these people to commit because them work when them feel like work, right? Me can't bother, me not do this, me not do that. So that is what the major problem we'll have with. Me not like talk about them because them say we are bash them, but we're just working out things, right? But I can tell you when we did when you look at your finances and when you ask a taxi man how much money you make and when you do the whole breakdown, when they realize how much money they were making and wasting, they're surprised. They themselves didn't know that this was the amount of money they were making. So just to say, I'm just saying this to say, committing them to $2,500 a week, I don't think it's gonna work.
Keisha, Master Keisha.
Yeah. We're gone. Good night.
Is Sheikah that Keisha? Sheikah.
Remember, students pay half fare.
Hold on, no. Sheikah, it's not charity work the people about do, and no matter how them love children, you have to understand it's a business they operate. They may not treat it as such, but it's a business. Them not gonna give up money no matter how they love them party. Right? Them not gonna give up the money. That is why you find so them pack 5-6 pitney or big people in a car when them can tell people to sit down and lap and race and drive bad, because the fact is to squeeze as much money out of the system as they can. Right? So this nonsense that Mark Golding talk about how much we plan to give them per day. It's not even conceivable, because right now we got 100 million, which means that is $500 million per week, right? Now, if it's $500 million per week, what it simply means is that when it times up by 42 times 5 equal, right? When it times that by 42 weeks, because it's 42 weeks in the school year, right? You know how much you have to go find?
21 billion.
21 billion plus the figure where you have, Travi. Add that to that figure, and we're not done with the bag of goodies that Mark Golding promising people yet.
Right.
Wow. Just add my view, who seemingly want to add 2 cents to the conversation. I also was just adding people one by one, and we have Crypto Kid in wait. So my view, let me make your point, and then we'll be moving.
All right.
Good night, Joshua, Travis,
night, sir.
And Mr. Chuck. You know, so me always have questioning because I want to learn, because I'm not so bright. But is it 20,000 per family or 20,000 per student?
No, it's 20. All right. So the taxi men, when you talk to them say them earn on an average 20,000.
No, I'm talking about what Mark Golding said about. Is it 20,000 per family or 20,000 per student?
To be quite honest, to show that these plans aren't vetted and really planned and it looked through in force, they're just like winging it. He has said it both ways, and I understand you asking the question. Even at one point, Dayton said it one way, and Mark Golding said it one way. And I understand where your question derives from, because everything they do is so unclear, it's so vague, it's so confusing. So that's why I'm not in support of Jamaica giving them the reins of government when they can't even sort out their message.
Because, you know, with the calculation that Joshua is doing, you know, what I am looking at, we are calculating 20,000 per family and $500 per day.
No, not per family, per taxi driver, and it's 5,000 out of the 20,000 taxis we're using. We're not using 20,000 taxis. We're using 5,000 taxis at 20,000 per taxi driver per day, not even 25,000.
Okay, and if you look at what Mark Golding said to Joshua, 20,000 per family. So if you have, say, 4 people in the family.
No, he said 500 per day per student.
500 per day per student.
That's, you see, it's an entire confusion. Joshua, I've said, and my view, I said this already and I'll say it again. In all of them talking, they have said it in so many different ways. You hear 2,500 per family, you hear 2,500 per child. It is a big confusion. And I said it before, it screams political laziness. It screams political laziness. For them
and dishonesty, sir, because them know so that can't work.
9 years going 10 and do not have solid policy positions down, set in stone that they're going to the election with, it screams incompetence. Because certain things you will hear about now, when the people reject it, you don't hear about it again. And they want for us to forget things like the 1% increase on GCT. They want for us to forget things like adding tax to imported foods. They want us to forget these horrible policy positions that they have purported.
And I'm just going to comment on the taxes that they have proposed on importation of food and then come down, right? You see, even the proposed taxes on food items, it would devastate the economy, because you have to consider the spin-off in the prices in the supermarket immediately. I'm talking fruit and vegetable and everything that we have imported, canned items, you name it. The coloring for syrups and for the juices that are made at the factories here. The onions that we also import from other countries like Dumrep and these places. The coconuts that we import, the red peas that we import. So not only supermarket and wholesale and shops, but also now restaurants. So cooked food prices are now going to go up, right? And not only these, but remember, when everything else like that goes up now, the taxi man also boy, it costs me more for food, both cooked food and raw food. So I have to go ask you increase. And everybody, the ripple effect will be devastating to the economy.
But Joshua, before you go down on Travi, is it the same party that's saying the people of Jamaica are suffering? And if the people of Jamaica are suffering, and I wanted to look into what they said about it, Joshua, because they said agriculture, right? And people just look at agriculture as banana, yam, onion, scallion, and those stuff, fruits and vegetables. Rice is a part of agriculture. Fish.
Oh, I forget about the rice that we don't grow here. So you see what we are talking about, chicken and pork and mutton and all of them something there that come from overseas. So the butcher shops would feel it. Mark, listen me. Me going back out. Travi, call back truck. As I told you, I wasn't going to stay long.
No man, it's fine. You know, so one-on-one, I was on here by myself. I'm gonna take on one PNP and me and them converse. That's how I've been doing it. One. Make them come and contact with them at taxi and know that, turn back their argument. That's how I've been doing it. But then me add Chuck drop I add you, then Chuck came back while you were in the conversation, and then me say my view, and me say, me don't really want to keep him. I try if you don't keep him wait too long, that's why I add him, because we know we probably have the same ideas. But when I'm here and want somebody from the other side, I usually leave them alone. But yeah man, if you have to go to work, no problem. Also, my view, if there's anything you'd like to add real quick before me add the next person, and I think after Crypto Kid, I go end. It's getting late, man.
All right, so this person will put 20,000 families at $5 per day per student. All right, so even if you use the word families, on an average 3 per family, that's 60,000 students you're probably working with, right? It no matter how them put it, no matter how them try to soften the blow, it is going to affect the Jamaican economy negatively. Listen to me, the amount of taxes that would reach people, them wonder if something wrong. You see, all of them wage freeze that we had before would return to public sector, right? And the ripple effect again with the dilapidated public entities, the police station, because them now get service, you know. Police car, the days when police have to take taxi or use them on the private vehicle or can't respond to crime scene because of all of them something there. And I don't want the PNP who are listening to think that it's fear mongering. We are being just Jamaicans, not even labor rights at this moment. We are being Jamaicans who are concerned about the promises that are being put forward that are unworkable, right? Your kids are gonna feel it. Your granny will need medication, gonna feel it. The hospitals that are being funded now in the way they are being funded won't be able to be funded. The days of pothole will return, you know, in droves in Jamaica because we can't fix road the way we want to fix the road and patch them. Right? And that's where I close for the night. My view, God bless you, sir.
The building.
I have one more thing, and then you can take me out of the box if need.
Travi, I think Lashika have something for set here. Read in the chat. Somebody said Joshua Wagwan, but I can't see you. Oh, Cleon, how you doing? Forever.
Joshua, do you think
heard from you in forever, sir?
Do you think, Joshua? Do you think?
God bless all of you.
Bless up, man.
Bless you.
Yeah, man. Lashika, I'm going to my bed here. God bless you.
Crypto Kid gone.
Yeah, Travis. When you talk about 20,000 family, me want to find out because in Manchester Central in 2011, both candidates got over 10,000 votes, meaning that is more than 20,000 family in Central Manchester alone. Now, if it's 20,000 family, that's only one constituency you're talking about. And I remember out of Mark Golden constituency, he got over 10,000 votes. And they said that everybody didn't vote. Now, if I want a mathematician to divide the 60 constituency and let me know how much person per constituency and how much person per division, per councillor division would get that benefit, and how effective it is going to be to cost us $1.3 billion.
Yeah. Listen, I've said it over, and I honestly will keep saying it. The PNP they have not settled and sit down and put their brains at work to get a 10-point plan according to Kearnsey and Morrison to get the people of Jamaica to trust them again, to put a plan before the people of Jamaica they will trust and subscribe to. They have not done that. They have displayed political laziness. Yeah, they have been careless. They have invested their time in smear campaigns, dumbing down of the people, and as such, Jamaica is refusing them. That's why they're resorting to violence, right? Because if this bus plan, you see the questions you ask, Dini, and the inconsistencies that scream at you when you look at their plan and when you listen to it, it's not just you, it's everybody. It just does not make any sense. And that's why they're gaslighting the bus having a flat tire. That's the natural life of a tire. It will blow out sometimes, and sometimes we pick up a nail and just pick up a flat. Because the bus tire can puncture, that means